Hey, what's up? My name is Jonathan Fink, and this is my audiobook series, free and live on YouTube. Up next, The Pokemon Gods Are Real, Chapter 20, The Zealots. Every religion produces its zealots, those believers whose devotion burns hotter, louder, and more visibly than the rest. They are not content with quiet participation. Their faith is kinetic, restless, and impossible to ignore. In Pokémon, Zealots are the individuals who do not merely collect or play, but radiate conviction. They live the hobby with an intensity that energizes the community, unsettles observers, and continually reshapes the boundaries of what devotion can look like. The Zealots were present from the very beginning. They were the children who carried binders everywhere, guarding them with vigilance, normally reserved for prized possessions. Their collections traveled from classroom to cafeteria, from bus rides to sleepovers, pages flipped open at every spare moment. They memorized attack points, evolution chains, and Pokédex entries with the dedication of scholars, committing sacred verses to memory. When school banned cards, Zealots did not retreat, they adapted. Decks disappeared into backpacks, trades moved underground, and rituals continued in whispered exchanges. To these believers, Pokemon was never a distraction. It was identity. It was devotion. As the hobby matured, zealotry evolved alongside it. The adult zealots emerged with equal fever, though their rituals often took different forms. They were the collectors who woke before sunrise to line up for restocks, driven by equal parts hope and discipline. They were the competitive players who built decks with surgical precision, testing strategies obsessively until each sequence flowed with mechanical elegance. They were the investors who committed extraordinary resources to trading cards, sometimes staking not just money, but entire livelihoods on their belief in the market's future. Zealotry wears many faces, but each is animated by the same refusal to engage casually with something perceived as sacred. Yet, zealotry is not a single, uniform expression of passion. Some zealots become builders. They teach newcomers, organize leagues, create content, and expand the faith through generosity and enthusiasm. Their intensity is magnetic, drawing others into the hobby's orbit. Others become defenders, quick to challenge perceived heresies, debating authenticity, criticizing trends, or gatekeeping definitions of true collecting. Their fervor can preserve tradition, but it can also fracture community. Zealotry, like fire itself, is double-edged. It can illuminate or scorch, inspire or exhaust. Every participant in the Pokemon world encounters zealotry sooner or later. Sometimes it inspires admiration, the encyclopedia knowledge, the meticulously curated collections, the unwavering commitment. Other times it evokes caution, such as the burnout that follows obsession, the anxiety tied to market fluctuations, and the difficulty of stepping back from a hobby that has grown all-consuming. Zealots embody both the beauty and the danger of deep passion. They reveal what devotion can achieve, while also warning of its potential costs. The Pokemon gods, as believers understand them, seem to treat zealots with peculiar scrutiny. Passion is often rewarded. Energy attracts fortune, but arrogance rarely escapes correction. The collector, convinced of invincibility, eventually meets humbling variance. The speculator, intoxicated by endless gains, confronts inevitable cycles. Zealotry demands balance, reverence without entitlement, and intensity without blindness. Even the most fervent believers remain subject to the same randomness that governs all participants in the faith. In this way, zealots serve a vital role within the religion of Pokemon. Zealots generate momentum, They sustain conversation. They embody the emotional extremes that keep the hobby vibrant and alive. Without zealots, the religion risks stagnation. With them, it pulses with energy, drama, and perpetual renewal. Their presence ensures that Pokemon is never experienced as merely ordinary, because zealots remind us of the uncomfortable and exhilarating truth that at its deepest level, collecting is never entirely rational. It is animated by desire, memory, competition, curiosity, and belief. Faith, after all, is driven by forces that resist neat explanation. End of chapter 20. Up next, chapter 21, The Saints. If you enjoyed the chapter, please give it a like. If you really enjoyed it, please subscribe. You guys take care. God bless.